Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? This is Blacus Ninjah. Nothing's really good, actually. Here to tell the viewers and the world truth about what's going on in our community and how much these so-called people care about us, these leaders, government, politicians, all these people in charge of the situation, MTHA. But rest in peace to Diane and her children that passed away in the fire. I'm just going to speak on a little bit about that. 3 days before the fire happened, I was walking from over there, coming off of Oakdale. You see that? And then just boom, walking through the bottom lane right there. And I seen a lot of excitement. I seen fire trucks and stuff. And the fire truck, this fireman then was knocking door to door. And they were saying, yeah, there's a gas leak around the place. But how I even knew there was a gas leak is I seen him knocking door to door, and I look at him and say, hey, fireman, good job. Because before this incident, the fire people were the only people that I really said, yeah, I used to go for. But I see him and he asked me, do you know anybody that lives here? So I'm walking right here, and I'm talking to the man about right here. This is the house. Is this the house? This is the house. I think it was this the house or that the house. But he was knocking on every single door on all these houses right here, right? And I stopped him. It was this house because I walked off here. I stopped him here and I was like, he stopped me actually. He asked me if I know anybody. No, I hailed him up, and then then he asked me if I know anybody that lived over there. I said, lived over there? I go, you guys are the fire people. Kick down the door. There's a gas leak? Because he said there's a little gas leak. And I said, live over there. Kick down the door. And he started to laugh. Oh, and I laughed it off. And then after 3 days after, I got a call like around 1:15 saying the lane is on fire. Now I was like, are you crazy? I didn't even think of it as nothing still. But the call was solidified, so I tried to put on the news and see what was going on, and the news wasn't friggin' saying nothing about it. And he was saying they're dying and they're not even doing nothing. And but the next day, it was on the news now. So, and all through the process of saving the people, I was told that these people didn't even step in the ring. Like, step into it. They knew what kind of fire this was. And when I say knew what kind of fire this is, I'm not talking about the level of flames burning, the kind of fire it was. It wasn't a regular fire. Look at this. Look. See all this right here? Look. See all this right here? They try their best to fucking clean this shit up. Sorry for swearing. Right. And look at this. You see they tried their best. They sprayed everything. But the truth can't lie about the truth. They know what started it. Look at that. That's a light bulb. That was gas, man. But you see, they don't talk about that. And they're going to say, oh, fire alarm this and fire alarm that. No fire alarm couldn't have saved that. That's why the fire people didn't run inside. But you know what? You're going to get the live interview. I'm just venting what the community is venting about. And what everybody's venting about. Because look at all these candles. Wind blew them down, but look. I didn't even come to these here because I can't deal with this. Look, there's all some little roses over there, but nobody else cares. They make sure they clean this place. The boy was here like all night. Nobody could come in. Even if we try to come here with a camera, they would have said, no, you can't go in there. So we just waited till they did their thing, and now we're doing our thing. The truth has to come out. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. And I'm sure all the news around the world, all the news that got all this, it was like they could have seen it. It's like, come on. But you know what? That's just why We just got to stand up for our rights. We got to unify as the people, you know, because
that's what they know what happened.
They know what happened. They don't care. If it was one of these Italian houses on the side, I'm sure everybody would have been out of that. There would have been backdraft on that. What's up? They would have done that backdraft. You ever seen backdraft? BAM! Oh, can I get everybody? What's going on? They didn't do none of that bullshit. I'm not even going to give you the live witness. I'm just giving you what the community's talking about. And I'm going to let you know. I'm Blacus Ninjah, the voice of Jana Finch. And this is like, I feel like kind of woozy even talking about it right here, because more time I'm just passing by and I don't even like thinking about them thing there, and then I'm talking about it like, fuck. Like, you know, it's unfortunate that we, like all these kind of situations, it's times where you see us talk civil and shit like that, you know? I'm just pissed off right now, but anyways, I didn't come to none of these candle lighting and stuff, because I know I have to do I gotta do a bigger work than just light candles and talk speech. We gotta do a bigger work. So this is my work right here. And I'm not doing this for fame, because fame isn't worth nothing. Wisdom and understanding is worth everything. Knowledge of self, that's the most important thing. But rest in peace to the children and the mother that passed in this brutal killing, because it's like a killing. I mean, they're killing us out here. And this is not the first gas fire. Because we're gonna get real into this, because we ain't even gonna do the interview yet. We're not even give you the 400. We're gonna see who really cares about us. JanaFinch.com.